What's up, Boneheads? We've got a game changer of a recipe for you tonight. I'm telling you, this is a top 5 all-time recipe that I enjoy. It's named after the legend. This is Phil's Skillet Dinner. We're calling it PG Skillet Dinner. I grew up on this my entire life. It's one of my favorite meals. It is absolutely delicious, and we're excited to share it with you. We're making it with pheasant tonight. You can make it with prairie chicken. You can make it with dove. I prefer more of a white meat wild game. You can do it with duck, but it's not as great. Say you got somebody that's not into wild game as much, you can always sub in some chicken, but this stuff's money. And it's got a ton of vegetables in it. Today we're using peppers, jalapenos, potatoes, carrots, mushrooms. We've got one little sneaky ingredient at the end that really takes it up a notch. But the secret is the sauce. The sauce is what sets this baby apart. So we're up here at the cabin in South Dakota. This is home for pheasant camp. This is home base right here. So what better way than to make our pheasant skillet dinner at pheasant camp? We're going to be up here in 3 weeks in South Dakota for the start of pheasant season. So we thought, let's go ahead and get this thing cooked. We're hunting ducks right now. Usually we got a bush light in these videos, but tonight we're in the crown. So we're going to get started on this skillet dinner. We're excited to share it with you.
Okay, let's start by getting your vegetables ready. So I've got carrots, bell peppers, and some jalapenos. I'm gonna cut those up and get them in a bowl. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and get my onion. I'm gonna cut that up as well, as you can see here. For my potato, I love to use red potatoes for this. So just dice them up into kind of bite-sized pieces and then grab those mushrooms and set those to the side as well. Now the star of this meal is the sauce. So I'm going to use these 3 ingredients, some Dorothy Lynch, poppy seed dressing, and some barbecue sauce for this mixture. There's no real scientific measurement for this. You kind of go with your gut, but here's a general idea of how I make my sauce. You really want to mix this up until you get this final color. Once you've got it like this, take that diced up pheasant, get it in there, let it marinate for a bit, and then crank your electric skillet up to about 400 degrees. We're gonna brown this pheasant for about 5 to 10 minutes. Notice we're dumping in all that sauce right from the get-go. Get all that flavor into that meat as it cooks. Now that this pheasant has browned up a little bit, we're gonna add our onions and the rest of our vegetables. So those carrots, peppers, mushrooms, and those potatoes. Get everything in there, give it a nice stir, get it coated in that sauce. And then at this point, we're gonna dial that temperature back down to 250 degrees. From here, you're gonna stir this about every 7 to 10 minutes. Just keep getting it nice and tossed in that sauce. Stir it every 7 to 10 minutes until you start to feel those potatoes and carrots get tender. All right, here we are about 20 minutes into this cook. It looks great, it smells great. We're getting close.
Add one of the secret ingredients here. Now, I like to give Phil credit for this, but he didn't think of it. And I'd be in trouble if I didn't give Jenna, my sister, a shout out for this. Pineapple chunks, or tidbits. You want some pineapple chunks in here? The carrots and potatoes are just getting tender. We've dialed this back to about 200 degrees. We're gonna do a full can of that pineapple. Now that sauce in there is nice and savory. This is gonna give it just a little bit of sweetness to balance it out. We're gonna mix all this up, give it about another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna crank the heat to kind of caramelize that sauce for a few minutes. Dial that back. About the time you dial it back, start making your butter bread. You might ask me why you need butter bread. You're gonna want to sop up the sauce on this plate. So we're about 10 minutes from eating. It smells great. It looks good. Getting that pineapple mix in there. Telling you what, you're in for something special.
Now we're gonna crank that temperature back up to over 400 degrees, caramelize that sauce for a few minutes, and then you're ready to eat.
All right, Boneheads, here we are, completely finished. Phil's Skillet Dinner. I'm telling you, there's no better recipe that I think we've posted than this. Did I screw it up too bad, or does it look all right?
It looks pretty good.
Get a nice fork full of those veggies, that pheasant. Wash it down with a little Crown or a Bush Light, and you're in business. Thanks for tuning in, Boneheads. We'll catch you next time.